Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good afternoon. I am Joanna, and I will be the English host for today. And it's an honor to welcome you to the grand opening of 2024 Bangkok Con Ecosystem Builder Summit. To start off, we will have Ekin Tuna, co-founder of Town Society, to share his insights on the topic Hacker League. Ekin has been a central figure in driving the innovations within the Town community. Let's hear from his visions of Town Society. Thank you.
好，谢谢。有请我们的第一位嘉宾。
All right, hello everybody. I'm Ekin Tuna, co-founder at Tuna Society. Wonderful to be here. What I want to talk to you today, it's about the builder journey in Ton. So we've been working for a long time now. So Ton Society is a year old, and our mission is to onboard developers. So particularly what I want to explain in this presentation to you is that how do we support developers? If you're a person who has a team, you're building a product, what can you do with us in order to gain success in the Ton ecosystem? So our builder journey in the Ton ecosystem with Ton Society looks something like this. We operate a number of global social media channels that we give access to projects to promote based on merits. We operate local hubs and local language communities all over the world in order to be able to bring local talents as well. We have a global hackathon, which is called the Hackers League, and we have a Ton Nest, which is an ongoing builder program. After the projects have completed this funnel, at the end of Ton Nest or at the end of the Hackers League, they should be having a large amount of audience, and then we will introduce them to our key partners, like Ton Accelerator, the Ton Foundation Grants, Ton Ventures, many VCs, and many partners who are interested in working with the next unicorn companies coming out of the Ton ecosystem. So on the socials, what we've now in the last year, we've basically built a global following of 20 million people. And the really, really exciting thing here is, we operate the Ton community channels, we operate the Ton Society channels, somewhere like 50 different channels we can say. But if you think about the total users of the Ton ecosystem, that's, I think today, more than 200 million easily, unique users. I'm not sure about the numbers, so don't quote me on it. But the interesting part is that in the Ton blockchain ecosystem, we have 20 million community members, whereas the total Web3 users are getting 10 times of that. This signifies something very important. The users of Ton, which interact within the Telegram, are coming outside of the Web3, because most of the native Web3 audience is in our channels, and we have captured them. But the rest, more than 100 million unique users, are coming from outside of Web3. And this is something that other chains don't really have access to. So this is one of the very good reasons to build on Ton. We also have, I don't know if you guys can actually see the map there, but it's a global map. And what we've done is we've established local communities all over the world. So we have teams in place in many, many different countries. And the goal for these teams is to build local communities around Ton and support the builders. And then find partners, host local events, and find sponsors for these events. In these events and activities, they promote the local builders. So aside of the social media channels, we also onboard people on the ground. And this year, alone in this year, we've organized more than 450 online and offline events. There's many community builders in many of our programs, and hubs alone have done, I think, 250, 300 events already this year, which is a remarkable amount. And we have this strategy because the audience of Telegram is such a huge audience, and it extends all of the planet. So that's why we're focusing on the grassroots as well. And this year, actually 2025, our goal will be to open the South American and North American markets in the form of hubs. So we're going to be starting to organize events there to make sure that we capture the audience and give the local Telegram and Ton audience the way to properly integrate to the Web3 space. So the main point of the presentation, and I'm running out of time here, is the Hackers League. So Hackers League is our biannual hackathon. So we run the first one from this year, March to July. It is a combination of an online kind of application form and online workshops with physical boot camps that span over the weekend. We ran 13 boot camps this spring, and we onboarded more than 1,000 new projects that deployed on the mainnet. Many of them, have gathered an audience of several million already. In our events, in the boot camps, we had 2,500 live audience, and the prize pool that we did was 2 million. Now, we of course had a lot of learnings, but I'll get to the learnings in before. But to just cover highlight the structure of the Hackers League, we're running now, right now, the second Hackers League of 2024. So we promote this hackathon online in all of our social media channels, and we have some very fantastic global partners. In the online sphere, there's the application. Everybody has to submit the application online, and we run more than 20 workshops, many that are done in collaboration with one of the industry-leading partners that are sponsoring and partnering with us in the event. We also run local boot camps. This time we went overboard, we went crazy, and we did 19 boot camps. The final ones are still being organized, and the team has been working for 4 weeks now, without weekends, 24/7 basically, but the results are good. So we have a lot of winners coming in. We have more than 3,000 participants easily already in the boot camps, and so from the global hackathon, the online process, and the local bootcamp process, we onboard these teams into a process where we judge them. So we have our partners, and Ton Foundation, and especially Pantera Capital, are in the judging process. So if you want to apply to the Hackers League, by 5th of December is going to be the semifinals, 16th and 17th is going to be the live pitching, and we're going to announce the winner on 20th of December. We have several tracks. So we have the DeFi track, which is sponsored by Curve. Everybody knows Curve, the leading stable swap provider. We have social, Web3, and utility track. This track is personally my favorite. I think we're going to see some very, very interesting projects coming up in the form of live streaming and social engagement. We have GameFi and onboarding, which is sponsored by Adscram. Adscram is the leading marketing agency, and they have very, very good knowledge on how the Telegram audience behaves. We have on-chain data analytics, which is sponsored by Arkham, one of the leading on-chain data analytics providers. We have interoperability, which is sponsored by GSR. And those who know GSR, they work with all the layer 1s, layer 2 key partners and key ecosystem members in all of the industry. So they're very, very good in understanding and mentoring these teams building interoperability solutions. And then we have sponsored tracks. We have the Ton Apps track, which is building with Ton API. We have the build DeFi on top of DDust. So this is integrating your DeFi protocol to DDust, which is one of our decentralized exchanges. And then we have the gaming and mini app sponsored by Gate Ventures. So this is where we are actually now in the process. So we've run intermezzo. So we've run like 15 boot camps now. We still have Manila, Hong Kong, Istanbul, and Bangkok to go. Also, Ho Chi Minh was actually moved. So we have 5 boot camps to go still. you can still participate, you can still join into the boot camps and listen to the workshops and get, directly from the top builders in the ecosystem how you make your business, or how you make your product very successful in the Ton ecosystem. So what we've changed is we've increased the prize pool by 50%. So it's $3 million now, comprising of cash, comprising of many other components. Capital commitment. So we brought in capital partners. We understood that it's important for this iteration of Hackers League to bring in top-tier investment firms that are going to be committing capital directly to the winners of the hackathon. 19 bootcamps, and you still have time to submit your application. So the deadline is on 23rd of November. We want to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors. So the title sponsors are Tonkeeper, Gate Ventures, D-Dust, and Eon. And I want to highlight one thing about Eon. So at the same time, the Eon is focusing purely on gaming teams, so teams that are building gaming applications on Ton. But the thing is that what we've agreed with them is that our hackathon gaming track winners will also be featured in the Eon's track and Eon hackathon. And Eon hackathon applications are going to be featured in our gaming track of the hackathon, meaning that we share the gaming audience, and the participants have, when they apply for one, they have chance to win in both. On the Diamond side, we have Arkham, GSR, AdScram, Bybit, and Curve. Capital partners, MEXC Ventures, Kinetic, Ton Ventures, and Foresight Ventures. And then judging, primarily done by Ton Foundation and Pantera, and then combination of the title and Diamond sponsors and capital partners. We also want to give very big thanks to Ton Foundation. We wouldn't be here without Ton Foundation and the wonderful folks who are supporting us from there. And then finally, let me wrap up by mentioning Ton Nest. So all the projects will be invited to Ton Nest directly, which is a global ongoing builders program. So in Ton Nest, basically there's 3 steps. You start with an idea, you find your team during this period, and you get to the step 2 once you've deployed your MVP. And after, in the step 2, you need to get your first audience and up to 100,000 users, and then you get the step 3. And once you achieve 500,000 users, which we will help you to do, we're going to introduce you to all of our ecosystem partners, accelerator ventures and VCs and so on. If you want to participate, please scan the QR codes. So there's the Hackers League. You can go and submit your online application there. And the Ton Nest. So if you're a builder and you want to, somehow you don't make it to Hackers League, you can always apply to Ton Nest. Applications are open. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ekin, for the insight presentation.